This work is part of a MFMET for establishing metrology standards in microfluidic devices, a European project financed by MPIR. I am Vani Silvério from INESC-MN, and I'm going to talk about leakage in microfluidic devices, the detection and quantification. Well, existing methodologies to detect leakage at the macro scale can be seen in this table. These methodologies usually use gases, and they are specific for the pressure range under study. And they might be performed also under vacuum. In particular, for these to be applied for microfluidics, enabling MNT and the Microfluidics Association in collaboration with MFMET, we compiled the microfluidic devices in classes defined by intervals of temperature and of pressure, and this could simplify their choice prior to use, but also it could clarify at which conditions leakage testing must be performed. Well, to qualify these devices regarding leakage, we started defining a process flow. The outcomes will be 5 leakage testing protocols, one at each of these boxes. The one I'm going to show is for a microfluidic device that does not use flammable, corrosive, or toxic media, is not a capillary device, is under temperatures lower than 50 degrees, does not pose a potential risk to the user, and their quality assurance is needed. So we are here. For the leakage test, we plugged a pressure controller to a flow sensor, a thermal mass flow meter, followed by a pressure sensor and the microfluidic channel. An additional camera was used to enable for visual inspection. So for more information on this test, here are the references that you can check at the MFMET's website, mfmet.eu-publications. The components are specified on this list, and the tests, they were performed in a room under controlled temperature, humidity, and pressure, and all these elements were also recorded during the trials. The setup is presented in these 3 images, so the thermal mass flow meter, the pressure sensor here, the chip under test that is placed in a vertical position, and the camera for inline reference flow rate measurement. The microfluidic channel was hot embossed in topaz, that's the material, and is a straight channel of 100 by 100 micrometers cross section. So the device has a standard format of 75.5 by 25.5 square millimeters, as that of a microscope slide, and it also integrates Luer fluidic interfaces for the fittings. The first test was performed acquiring images of the device at a given frame rate. So the pressure at the inlet was increased in steps of until 20 kilopascal, and the outlet was set at ambient pressure. The visual inspection here enabled to identify a leakage near the inlet at a set pressure of 7 kilopascal. And a pressure decay test followed the visual inspection test. So here another channel was tested, and again after a 30-minute stabilization time. So the pressure was increased in steps of 3 minutes up to 140 kilopascal. And at 140, what we see is some instability in the pressure value, followed by a pressure decay, indicating leakage. This result is consistent with that obtained for the flow rate measurement with the thermal mass flow meter performed at the same time as the pressure decay test. So what we see here for these conditions is that all 3 tests successfully detected leakage in a microchannel. So to test leakage, 2 gold standards were developed within MFMET, one made in glass, with a control channel and a primary and secondary channels connected to the leakage channel here. 8 different designs were fabricated in glass with the leakage channel with 2 micrometers height and 150 micrometers width, here in blue. And 8 channels were fabricated onto one plastic chip with the leakage square cross-section channel with side dimensions varying between 5 and 100 micrometers. Both the glass and plastic gold standards for leakage testing, they are available under requests for you to calibrate your microfluidic setup. You just need to get in touch. So the work presented was done by MFMET project partners, and we were supported by the project's advisory board, the Microfluidics Association, and many, many stakeholders of which you can be. So you can find more information on the links in the video description below and on the project's website, mfmet.eu. Thanks for watching.